I'm sure you're all excited for The Acolyte, which drops today. Suspiciously, though, there's no reviews yet. Now, this is pretty early in the morning, so take that into account. By the time you watch this video, there could be a flood of reviews. I expect them all to be positive. Maybe a few mixed, one or two negatives. But you know how it goes. Usually, the only people that get early access to anything from Lucasfilm are the people that overly praise it. Star Wars The Acolyte social media reactions are fairly positive. Nothing new with overly positive reactions. They're always positive. Never. And, you know, this isn't really even just a Star Wars thing. It's really with everything, especially Marvel. The only people that get early access reviews are people that are going to give it a good branding. They're going to say it's amazing or, wow, this is exactly what you've wanted. You know, they should let people that don't give everything good reviews a chance to talk about things. It'll give it a blemish, but at least it would make it look like they weren't being so fake about it. So, you know, this show, what's funny about this show is this show's marketing promotion tour has been nothing but a disaster. Kathleen Kennedy crawling out of her crypt to go and trash male fans. So it's okay. We got more to lose. No big deal. The cast running around saying radical shit like Anakin blew up the Death Star. And you know what? I'll give that actor a little bit of slack. I do agree with the people that have been saying that host that did that interview or the publicists should have protected that actor, because I really don't think it's a big deal if someone isn't a fan of something. People are there just to act and make money. You don't have to be a super fan of a franchise to act in it. Harrison Ford sure as hell wasn't a super fan of Star Wars. In fact, I would argue I think he ended up resenting that role, but there's no concrete evidence of that. But anybody that's paid attention has noticed that he speaks more fondly of other things, especially Indiana Jones. But going back to the actor, it is what it is. It's already been done, and everybody's been making fun of it. So this has been a disaster for Lucasfilm, and I do wonder how this series will perform. I don't think it's going to do that well because, well, nobody has really been digging what they've been doing for the past few years, and this has got stink all over it. I'm not even going to get into Leslie Headland. I've already said enough about her. But let's take a look at one of the reactions that I think are worth talking about here, and that's one by a friend of the channel, Alan from Film Threat. So he has a little bit of a review react that he put out there, and I think there's some interesting things in it. The Acolyte reaction, horrible, kills Star Wars. Twitter film journalist has watched the first 4 episodes. Now, come on, that's not fair. He has a YouTube channel, Film Threat, that he's on. He's not all on Twitter. So here's what he had to say, and it's interesting. So let's take a look at it. And by the way, he's getting attacked left and right for this by the bots and by the people that still like this series, like this franchise. I don't know how anybody still holds out hope that this is going to turn around. It is mind-blowing to me because the way that Lucasfilm has treated fans and the quality of the shit that they've put out, I don't know why anybody is still hanging around, but they are. So I wonder how many are still around, though, is the thing. So I can't wait to see the numbers that come out for this show. But here's what we have. Kicking off the weekend, watching The Acolyte. I have a funny feeling about this. He first tweeted on Saturday. He continued, I'm on the 3rd episode. As they say, the Force is female. It continues. Alan did have something good to say, as the show did reportedly cost close to $200 million. I feel like I have to see something good. The series has better production values than Mando, Kenobi, Andor, and Ahsoka. And no stupid celebrity cameos so far. Still has serious flaws, though. Just not as many, he said. So they tried to tighten this one up, but still not good enough. You can have good production, but you still need a good story, good cast. And, I don't know. Just everyone kind of looks off. Like, this looks like a soccer mom to me. This Jedi Wookiee. I don't know. Personally, I think Jedi Wookiees are stupid. I know some people get excited about it, but I think it's dumb. Other than Chewbacca, do you really need more Wookiees running around? I'm sure there's people getting mad at me for saying this, but it's just how I feel. I think a Jedi, and I know it's been done before. I know it's in other things than the Acolyte. This isn't them doing this. I didn't like it in the other shit either. So on episode 4, and finally, I'm on episode 4, and finally, we have pronouns, says the tweet. So a little bit looking forward into what he's saying. Later, he does say that after the first 2 episodes, the wheels fall off of this show. And what's funny, here's what Disney's doing. The first 2 episodes are what's dropping today. So I think people are going to watch these first 2 episodes, and you're going to see so many people on Twitter X saying, finally, the haters are owned. This show is so good. It's amazing. And then they're going to see 3 and 4 next week, and they're going to be real silent. Not really a lot to say. Another ad's 4 episodes done. Now I'm going to curl up in a ball and cry. About that 3rd episode, he says, my last comment on Tuesday, some of you will watch the first 2 episodes and think this isn't horrible. And that 3rd episode the following week will reassure you that it is. My last comment on Tuesday, that's not it. He also said, okay, this will be my last comment. Leslie Headland is a better writer than Dave Filoni by a country mile. And that's still not saying much. Yeah, Dave Filoni, man, I have my thoughts on old Cowboy Dave. Dude's Kathleen peg rider, and he's entrenched in feminism. Maybe when he was doing Clone Wars, he was in a different headspace, but I think he's changed a lot. Or maybe that's how he always was. Alan also says if Disney and Lucasfilm haven't killed Star Wars for fans just yet, it will with The Acolyte. Final verdict. 3rd episode of The Acolyte will finally kill Star Wars for the vast majority of pre-Disney Star Wars fans based on Lucasfilm comments. Of late, they are okay with that. And that's true. I think they are okay with it. They've been okay with it for a long time. I feel like they're willing to do whatever it takes to get this female audience that they desperately want. I don't know why they don't just keep making the Star Wars that everyone loved, because women liked that too. They want to bring in this strange shippers crew. I don't know what's going on with them. Like I said in the previous video, I don't understand how Kathleen Kennedy still has a job. She has to know where bodies are buried or something. It's wild to me, because they've lost billions on this franchise. There was a Forbes report. That's not coming from, if you're watching the damn YellowFlash and those nerdrotics and all them, they're lying. Forbes came out with an article talking about how they have not made their money back from Star Wars. It's lost money since they've bought it. Whose fault is that? Just based on that alone, you would think that would be enough to get someone fired, but no. She gets to keep on trucking. It's not like Kevin Feige, who has had massive success. I totally understand giving this man a chance to rebound it, because he's at least been a part of a massive ride. Some movies that will define a generation, like Empire and Jedi did themselves back in the day. I mean, I do think that Infinity War and Endgame are the Empire and Jedi of a generation. So I totally understand letting him try. I think something's going on with him too. But Kathleen Kennedy is a mystery to me, because other than, tricking people with The Force Awakens, it's been all downhill from there. It's just crazy. It makes no sense. That's why I think she's got to have dirt on Iger or something. She's got to have massive dirt on him. Oh, you fire me. All this shit is going to come out. So he also points out that he's been attacked relentlessly by the woke mob because he is, of course, criticizing Star Wars. They don't like that. Here's the funny thing. I put out an early review of the Marvels and got trashed by the woke mob. Then when the movie came out, silence. I'm getting trashed now for my harsh take on The Acolyte. I expect a similar response, he tweeted. He added, better yet, be the brave OG Star Wars fan who says The Acolyte is the obvious progression of Star Wars lore. I imagine after seeing Return of the Jedi, yes, I know The Acolyte takes place 100 years before Return of the Jedi. So, yeah, I don't expect this show to be good. This isn't going to be an X-Men 97. I think this is going to be usual Star Wars trash. I'm not going to watch it. I just don't have time for Star Wars anymore. What I do have time for, though, is the show's ratings, because it's going to be fun. They're going to be strong out of the gate, and then you're going to see a massive dip with each week. That's my prediction. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.